Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
I think most people are just looking forward to the game, and also it's welcome week this week, so they're looking forward to all the events that the college is hosting.
Bison football is what many people in the FM area look forward to in the fall, and NDSU students we talked to today agree. Good evening and thanks for joining us. Andrea has the night off. With a big Bison football home opener tomorrow, what safety measures should your college student be taking? Valley News Team's Natalie Parsons talks with police and students on campus.
For many NDSU students, this is their first week on campus, but not for Jose Blanco. He's been here an additional week for a program called Bison Bridge.
I could find my way around campus now, and I knew where all my classes were and stuff.
He's very excited for tomorrow because he will be checking out his very first Bison football game.
Most of my friends didn't even get a ticket, so I got pretty lucky because they say they sell out pretty fast.
One graduate student who also came to NDSU for undergrad says that his first weekend here changed him.
I missed out on a lot of stuff. The alcohol got me the first weekend. I haven't drunk since.
University police and safety are prepared for what could be a crazy weekend by having extra patrolling and monitoring. They are not expecting things to get out of hand, especially with a lineup of activities, including a dance for freshmen.
Residence Life does a wonderful job working with us and keeping the students busy on the first weekend so they can acclimate to this area.
When it comes to safety concerns over the next few days, anything involving the NDSU campus will report to university police. And things like the tailgating section and off-campus property are at the jurisdiction of Fargo Police.
And we work together great, with Fargo and other agencies.
A program around campus called Adopt a Cop helps to further improve safety around campus. A university police officer is assigned to specific dorms to help build relationships between students and law enforcement.
Officers are encouraged to stop by once a shift at their hall, leave their business card. They always try to leave their business card up by the front office and just walk in the hallways and mingle with the students.
In Fargo, Natalie Parsons, Valley News Live.
To hear about other safety programs offered around the NDSU campus, head over to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. The five-time reigning national champions kick off their season tomorrow. NDSU football hosts Charleston Southern, which for the third annual time be featured on the FCS kickoff on ESPN. Fans have been gearing up for the game, and former player Christian Dudzik says this is when energy and adrenaline are high.
They seem to have really good chemistry and a really great focus, and so I just want to see what that looks like on the stage and see how they play together as a team, because there's a lot of great relationships even between offensive guys and defensive guys that I just want to see play out in a live game situation.
And don't forget to join Alex Egan and Ryan Gellner this week on the Farmers Union Insurance Bison football pregame show. Statewide coverage begins at 5:30 on KVLY and leads you right up to kickoff on ESPN. And of course, with the home opener comes Bison tailgating. You can get that lineup just started a little bit ago at 5. Remember that tailgating is allowed in all Fargo Dome parking lots, but you can only drink alcohol if it's in the lots E, F, and G. The lots open 5 hours prior to kickoff, so 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. They close 30 minutes prior to kickoff. And I'm sure you guys are dying to know what the weather will look like for tailgating tomorrow. Let's check in right away with meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Hutch, how's it looking?
Yeah, a few more clouds than we started our day with, Christine, and our southern counties seeing some showers showing up on the radar. Up north, things still fairly quiet. We've had a few sprinkles in the FM area, but nothing of substance. Richland County, however, has some more potent shower activity. It's all drifting to the northeast as we head through the evening. Lidgerwood, a pretty good shower heading towards you, and if you're at Potato Days, well, we may get some soggy spuds here in the next hour or so, as we'll have hit and miss showers through the Southern Valley this evening. There will be a chance for some overnight showers, but most of the evening I think Fargo stays dry, and that's the same for Fergus Falls, although we can't rule out a sprinkle. Light and variable winds and comfortable temperatures in the 70s for most of our evening. The weekend brings a mix of weather, some thunderstorms, and even a chance of the summer heat returning. I'll have details on all of that here in a minute.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
A 26-year-old man was found dead this morning at a Grand Forks motel. It happened here at the Hilton Garden Inn on UND's campus. When police arrived on scene, they tried saving the man. He was taken to All True Hospital by ambulance where he was pronounced dead. Police say he had been staying at the hotel. His name has not been released. A 24-year-old man from Oslo, Minnesota is facing several felony charges of first-degree drug sales. This man, Juan Gonzalez Jr., has been charged with 3 counts of selling 10 grams of cocaine in East Grand Forks. Gonzalez also faces a gross misdemeanor charge of carrying a pistol without a permit. The felony drug charges against him carry a maximum sentence of 30 years in prison. And bail is set at $250,000 for this man, Walter Grant of Jamestown. He's accused of rape after breaking into a woman's home. Court documents say Grant threatened the victim with death, injury, or kidnapping if she did not perform sexual acts. Grant is also facing gross sexual imposition, aggravated assault, terrorizing, and felonious restraint charges. A man who has been charged in a shooting death at a Minnesota state park has ties to part of the valley. The Minneapolis Star-Tribune says David M. Easter was charged yesterday with second-degree murder and is a member of a Minnesota National Guard unit based out of Thief River Falls. The call originally came up as a homicide at Meyer Big Island State Park. That's near Albert Lee, Minnesota. Now, when police arrived on the scene, they found a deceased man at the park. He suffered 2 gunshot wounds to the head. This week's Valley's Most Wanted is Robert McKenna Jr. He's wanted for unlawful entry to vehicle and endangering by fire or explosive, both of which are felonies. Be sure to call your local law enforcement if you have any information on McKenna. Thousands of dollars of personal items have been stolen in a wave of vehicle break-ins across the Northern Valley. Nearly 200 vehicles have been targeted in Grand Forks and Crookston just this month. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson shows us what's happening and what you need to know.
A lot of people in the Northern Valley have been waking up to find things stolen from their vehicles. 8 reports in Crookston and 180 reports of vehicle break-ins here in Grand Forks this month. One of the hot spots is downtown Grand Forks. Jessica Vogelweed says she hasn't been a target yet, but she knows other victims.
Actually, I've heard of a lot of people. Actually, our daycare provider who lives right down the street, she had her van broken into, and then her husband had his truck broken into, stole a bunch of just random stuff like her checkbook and a Sam's Club card and different things like that.
We routinely talk to other law enforcement agencies in the region. And as far as whether or not there's a group that's responsible for these break-ins in other cities, other towns, it's certainly possible. It's not something that we've developed any information on.
Lieutenant Johnson says it could all simply be related to the usual uptick of these types of crimes during the summer months, as more people are running around at night. Police offer these tips. Obviously, keep your vehicle locked. You should also make sure windows and sunroofs are completely closed. Park in a well-lighted and well-traveled area. Do not store valuables in sight. Keep them in the trunk. Maintain a record of serial numbers from all valuables. And install a car alarm. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Fargo police say the number of vehicle break-ins here is actually running below normal at 33 so far just this month. A man who was visiting the Fargo area is upset after he walked past Shotgun Sally's last night and saw a burlesque show. Shotgun Sally's says it was a fundraiser for Cat's Cradle. The show was advertised on social media as Stripping Under the Stars and was held on Shotgun Sally's patio just right off of 42nd Street.
I heard the lady saying, "I've never been able to strip before," and wave at cars as they're passing by. That's what made me come over, because I was like, are you kidding me?
Tonight on Valley News Live at 6, we investigate into whether Shotgun Sally's broke the law. Crookston police are working with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms after a dumpster explosion. Some type of explosive device was set off in a trash bin near auto parts. It was strong enough to blow a hole in the side of the dumpster. No one was hurt in the incident, and police have a call into the ATF to see if this has been happening anywhere else and whether they believe it's a serious issue. There's a new restaurant opening up in Fargo, and today we're asking the question, what is it? If you're a vegan or have special food needs, then the Greenhouse Cafe is right up your alley. This cafe just opened this morning and is located in downtown Fargo, serving up a special menu for lunch, dinner, and yes, of course, dessert. Their main focus is vegan, but they also have items for soy-free, gluten-free, and many others.
We're a really community-based company, so we're going to be a part of the community all we can do. Having local artists, local musicians, work with places like the food bank and WIC to bring in underprivileged families for inexpensive meals.
The Greenhouse Cafe is Fargo's very first vegan restaurant. A four-legged friend will be the newest member of the Jamestown Fire Department. Chloe is a purebred bloodhound and will be used for rescue situations. Jamestown Fire Chief Jim Ruther says he will fully care for Chloe. Chief Ruther says if things work out with Chloe, she will be ready to hit the streets of Jamestown in a year. Looking for something fun to do over the weekend? Well, over in Barnesville, the annual Potato Days celebration is happening. Today, the event kicked off with the traditional Kitty Parade. Organizers say 20,000 people are expected over the two-day event. Valley News Teams was out there again doing the meet and greet. And the food court is open until 10 both tonight and tomorrow night. The party gets started tomorrow morning at 7 with potato pancake breakfast. Stay with us. Still ahead tonight, the FDA is now ordering that all donated blood be tested for the Zika virus. We'll tell you about it later on Valley News Live at 5.
Clouds and showers of rain moving in from the west and southwest. That's where we have the best chance of seeing some showers early this evening. Your hour-by-hour forecast through the weekend is coming up next.